Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. What we've got in front of us right here are 6 different commemorative coins that are the $2 coins that come to you from Canada. Now these are all part of the 150th anniversary series. So the Canadian Confederation was founded on July 1st, 1867. So 150 years later, they made some very cool coins that were produced just for coin collectors. So if you have these coins right here, you had to pay a premium for them to buy them directly from the mint, or you got lucky and you pulled them out of circulation from someone else who bought them at the mint and then later spent them. Now these coins actually come to you from a fellow YouTuber, Cousin Evil One. So I wanted to say thanks again for sending me these coins. I did send you back some coins. Understandably, they weren't probably of equal value, so I'll work on sending you another package when I've got a little bit more free time, and then we can kind of get even as far as the coin value goes that we've exchanged. So let's get right into the details of the 6 different coins that we're looking at here in front of us. So we have a 2017, 17, 17, 16, 15, and 15. But actually, before we get into the details of these 6 coins, I wanted to share with you this coin right here. Now this one does look pretty generic to you. That's because it is. This is a 1996 Canadian $2 coin. This one right here happens to actually be dated 1996, which is the first year that these coins came out. Now the $2 coin replaced the $2 bill. Coin dollars and coin $2 are much more durable than the actual bills themselves, so that's why some mints like using them. Now as far as the mintages go, for the original one right here that you see, the highest mintage by far is going to be the first year that they came out. There are 375 million, so keep that in the back of your mind when we talk about the mintages on the later coins. So 375 million of these ones right here, these were made for general circulation. These ones in the back were made just as commemorative coins sold to you from the Canadian Mint at a premium. Now the first one that we're going to talk about today are these 2 coins right here, and it's kind of a 2-for-1 because they have the same design to them. However, they are slightly different coins. As you can see, the one on the left is a colored coin. Now most of the colored coins that we come across on the channel are like state quarters that or America the Beautiful quarters that a third-party company gets. They colorize them and then they sell them at a increased markup. This colored coin right here actually comes to you directly from the Canadian Mint. So the Canadian Mint made 2 versions of this coin. One was the colored one was the uncolored one. Now I don't have the mintages on either of these 2 coins right here. As you'll notice when we talk about the other coins all had mintages around 5 million. So that's what I would expect these coins right here to have as far as mintage. Now we haven't talked about the metal content either, so let's get the generic stuff out of the way with so that we all have the base understanding of what we're looking at as far as a Canadian $2 coin. The Canadian $2 coin, as you can clearly tell, is a bimetallic coin. It has a brass-plated aluminum-bronze center and a nickel-plated steel ring going around the outside. Now I'm going to put this colored one on top just so we can try and improve the lighting a little bit, and I'll zoom in on the design. So as I said earlier, the founding of the Canadian Confederation occurred in 1867, so that's what we see at the top right there. And then the center shows us the Northern Lights. Now this one happens to be the colored version, but we see the same Northern Lights on both versions. We see 2 people in a canoe paddling on a lake with some trees in the background. That looks very similar to the Wisconsin quarter, and then Wisconsin state quarter. And then we've got, the Minnesota state quarter. The Wisconsin state quarter has the corn ears to it. This one right here has the lake, which is similar to the Minnesota one. So we've got the Northern Lights at the top. Now it's hard to visualize the Northern Lights as they are just kind of lights, so that's what they've got going on at the top, and I think they did a very good job with it. Now moving on to the next coin. This coin is also coming to you from the 2016 year. Now this one right here says in big letters at the bottom, VIMY. Do you guys know what VIMY is? So Vimy is a location in France, and it's where the Canadian National Vimy Memorial is located. So we see that in the very center. So the war memorial is in the center of this coin. And then on the left, we have a First World War soldier. Excuse me, the First World War soldier is on this side right here, I believe. And then we have another veteran soldier right here. So we've got an active soldier on the left. You can see he's wearing his full gear. And then the soldier on the right is a veteran soldier wearing his uniform, saluting the active soldier in the memorial right here in the center. Then we also see remember at the very bottom. As far as the mintages of this coin goes, as I mentioned earlier, there were 5 million of these. You could also buy these in 50 in coin packs, which are kind of like similar to the mint sets. You could also buy them in special wrapped rolls directly from the Canadian Mint. Now, the Canadian Mint, I believe, isn't selling these ones anymore, but they are still selling some of their 150th anniversary coins. So feel free to check out the Canadian Mint's website if you want to get some more details on that. So we moved over to 2016, so going an additional year back, and we've got this one right here. This is what's known as the Battle of the Atlantic coin. Let me zoom in a little bit for you and just pay close attention because the detail of the design does extend outside of the colored center in the middle, outside of the bronze colored in the center. So we've got a ship on either edge of the coin, which is a very cool design. So what we're looking at right here is the reverse, which features a sailor aboard a Canadian warship who presses his eyes to the viewfinder of his anti-aircraft gun, scanning the skies for threats. We also see 2 other Canadian vessels in the distance with a Bristol Beaufighter files overhead. So the fighter that I mentioned right there is the plane that's flying overhead. I mentioned the specific style of that fighter. So we can see this guy right here. He's looking for enemy ships. Well, 2 Canadian ships are on the left and the right, and then a plane is up top. This one right here, mintages were 5 million as well. Now, 2 more coins to go in our $2 commemorative coin series from Canada. We'll zoom in on this one right here. This one right here is another coin. What we see right here is a depiction of a Canadian Lieutenant Colonel John McCarry writing his famous poem in Flanders Field. Battle continues in the background while poppies surround the brass interior. So we've got those poppy plants going around, poppy flowers going around the outside right here. We've got a Canadian colonel right here in the center writing a famous poem. That poem was In Flanders Field. I'm not familiar with the poem, but maybe you've come across the In Flanders Field poem. It was written by a Canadian, and that's what this coin is commemorating right here. And now on to the final one in the series. We've got this one right here. This one comes to you from 2015. So we've looked at 2017, 2016, another 2015, and this one right here. What this one is commemorating is a portrait of Sir John McDonald. It's superimposed over a map of Canada with a lateral security image above and 2 security maple leaf designs below. So we've got the lateral image at the top right here. That's the security feature. And then we've got the 2 Canadian coins down here at the bottom. We've got John McDonald in the center, Sir John A. McDonald. And then we've got a Canadian map going kind of on the fringes right here. We see 1815 to 2015. Now the security feature, looking back, they've all got that security feature on the top of the coin. So this just makes it really hard to duplicate. It's hard to get the metal design right, but if you throw in some strict ridges like we've got right here, that would be even harder to duplicate as far as counterfeiting this coin. The mintages on this one, I've said it many times, are 5 million. So we've got 5 million for all of the ones except for the first 2, which I was unable to verify the mintages on them. As far as the obverse of these coins go, they're all going to be the same, so that's why we didn't dwell too much on the obverse. But let me just share with you the different obverses. And then we'll flip them over one more time, take a look at the reverse, and then we'll start to sign off. hopefully you enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't super packed with information, but I was able to share with you some nice Canadian Canadian commemorative coins that were not circulating, so they would be hard for you to get your hands on unless you're watching cool videos like this or buying coins directly from the Canadian Mint. Alright, that was a look at the obverses of the coin. Thank you very much, everyone, and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy!